Yeah, we lie. But you know what makes a good hot wings, man? Like it's not about the sauce. You know, like when the batter is like all over the place. So you got like like, almost a half a leg just around that, which
Oh,
just
damn.
batter. You know, the crispiness is all around sticking
Yeah,
out.
yeah, it's not like or shapy lather, man. You know.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like
like
crispiness, and then,
like
but then you know what, man? It's, as much as the batter, which you need to have the right chicken as well. Like the chicken should have a little bit of meat, the wing as well, and it like it should
yeah.
have a little bit of meat.
Yeah, it should have meat and the batter should be thick and crispy.
Thick,
And
thick, man.
thick, man. And thingy. What else? What else? Chicken wings. What is a perfect chicken? Yeah, the batter needs to have some spiciness
But
into it, man.
spicy. You know what? To
If
be fair, most of the chicken shop are run by these Tamils, man. Anyway, they have always extra spice.
bro, next level. Some of them illegal amount of spiciness, bro.
Bro, I knew next to my house, man. Next to my house, the shop. The previous houses that I used to live, man, they used to make it extra when you order them. Like they would like put it on the next batch. Man, they used to taste heaven. The chicken, probably some cheap chicken, but man, when they
Bro,
battered that and everything, man, that used to taste like heaven, man. Even it will beat the KFC hell out.
bro. There's a Tamil chicken shop in Wembley.
Damn.
Man, these guys are known for this shit. And every time you have wings there, bro, like your shit is different the next day. Your shit is different the next, but you gotta
You
sacrifice that.
literally talking shit.
He's literally shit.
Oh damn. But yeah,
Shit is the.
that can't be good then.
I know, but the taste
Bruh,
is
that's
really
the
good.
dirty thing, innit? That is the dirty, the
Yeah,
tastiest, dirtiest stuff, man.
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
matter
man.
of fact, I'm craving Friday night. I'm craving for some hot chicken wings, man.
Chicken wings. I know what you're talking about, man. Talking about hot chicken wings. I'm gonna segue into some unrelated topic right now.
What's poppin'? What's
So
poppin'? Talk to
listen,
me,
man,
brother.
listen, man. These girls out here, man. You know, like I know you and me have probably broken some hearts, you know, a couple of hearts along the line.
Say,
So, you know, like I feel like breaking up with a girl, yeah, is an art itself. It's actually
mm,
an art form. And I think you get better at it after you done couple of things, you know. I know
bro,
like
there are motherfuckers out there because they don't possess this art. They
mm,
never break up with them. Go through unsatisfied relationship for a
mm.
long time. You
Nah,
know, I
see,
personally know.
I kind of used to do that too, and I might still do that. Like the reason is,
I thought you upgraded yourself to
n-
savage, man.
no. What I would mean is like I used to like, because I can't do it. I'm kind of like, oh man, I can't deal with this right now. But subconsciously, I will turn into an asshole. You know what
Damn.
I mean? Like I
Like
used to
just
do
to
that.
like scare them off, or like start
Yeah,
to
like
make them
put.
dislike you.
Yeah,
Oh
so
no,
they
that's
kind of like
oh man, that's bad
that's bad, bro. Like
because
so
you hurt
they.
the soul.
Yeah, I know. Like it's like, you know, so they kind of get put off by me, and I used to. Yeah, it's all by trial and error, man. You know, it's
You
like,
know, the worst thing is
uh,
these girls, they like kind of assholes, and they might actually start like
bruh, it's like then all of a sudden I'm acting like I'm hard to get, and they, you know, then they might feel like, you know, oh man, like this
okay,
is
they're
this.
like, yeah, well, I need to put some extra work on.
But nah, man. All jokes aside, man. Like breakups, and the, you know, the periods you go through a dragged out breakup, man. It's so messy, bro. I'm
No,
because I'm bad
there's
at it.
been a big shift though, man. Like
Mm,
nowadays, breakups are so easy because I think both party now
yeah,
understands, or you know what I mean, and again, is a lot of shift happen. I think the breakups are easy, but then still a lot of guys I think do it wrong. Still, you know what I mean, like.
mm.
Oh, there are. I know personally a guy from my work, man. He had like 5 year relationship with this woman. She's everything what he doesn't want, but he was, or either he didn't have the balls to break up, or he didn't want to put himself in that
Oh, he
awkward
didn't want
place.
to be alone.
Yeah, or he couldn't know how to put himself in that place to say man up and say, hey, look, we're done here.
Hmm.
He actually run that relationship for 5 years,
Oh man, I once
even
heard
bought a
this.
house together.
Oh man, I once heard this girl say mm, like when guys are doing shit like that is when you're like with a girl for the wrong reasons,
Yeah.
which I've done a lot as well, man. Like I've learned from all my mistakes, and what it does is you're wasting that girl's time and that girl's maternity clock as well. And this girl was saying this on a podcast, and she was like, how that's like, like fucked up, like because you're giving her hope.
People are
And
just girls. Also, we wasting our time.
But at
We,
least I mean, girls have kind of different, right? Like they can't even have babies after a certain time, bro. Like imagine you drag that girl. Imagine your friend was with her for so long, and she's in her 40s or mid 40s, late 40s, and all of a sudden this guy realized, you know what, man, I knew all along for 10 years, like, but it's time to go. Like, and it's about communication and giving the wrong message out, isn't it?
yeah, but I guess this is
What's up
where.
outside the window, man? People are gonna wonder what you're looking for, man. You waiting for someone?
Hey, look, man. I think some guy trying to make some noise around here. I'm just checking who that is at this clock. You know, it's
You're
11
just taking
o'clock
the
here.
streets out here, man.
And at their street, some guy's just saying something, and I might have to go down and just handle this guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, you're right. I think that is one disadvantage for women is that the clock. That is actually a very good point. I never actually
Mm,
looked at it in that kind of perspective.
mm,
Because you know what, you're right. You can drag a woman with the wrong relationship in her 30s and drop her like that, and then her options are all of a sudden so limited.
mm. Yeah,
You know,
man. Exactly, man. And then, it is crazy stuff. But like when it comes, like we can't talk from. I'm pretty. This what we're talking about. Girls do some crazy shit as well when it comes to breakout. Like all the Danush songs about why this collaboration and all that. It's about girls, but girls break up with guys for not like crazy as well.
yeah,
Could be over
yeah,
some bullshit.
yeah. There is. It's not one sided. You
It's
know,
not, but we let's talk just about our side because this is what we have the
how
rights
we
to
can
talk
better,
about.
how we can better this. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
How
How
we
can
can.
better? Like, but for me, it's you can't, man. When you're young, you don't know shit, bro. Like, there's no other way around it because you
You
make
got
these mistakes.
experience in it, yeah.
It is experience, but looking back at it, all I was like, okay, I like maybe it's hard. Like, you know what the worst part is when a girl is overly attached with you, overly in an unhealthy way.
Mm.
Those are really really
Red
messy,
flag,
man.
red flags, man, red flags.
Red flags, and you trying to like you automatically want to like distance yourself from that, and
Mm.
it gets. I think that's those are the messy breakups, like where you gotta be kind of an asshole to the girl, right? Like
Mm.
there's no way around it, and it's like tough love, or you kind of have to like be like, you know what, I might have to like block you, delete you, and whatever, whatever. And I get it from a girl's point of view as well, for in those cases, like because they are just so attached, innit?
Yeah, I mean, this is going back to a mammal's behavior, in it, where girls need to feel like they have to chase the man because man is meant to just impregnate and move on. And where this is changed, it looks like they have to chase. But then, yeah, man, but it's moved on though, man. But there are some men find that also interesting. Clingy woman, they want a clingy woman. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
they like that. They like that. It's actually it's personal preference.
mm.
That's how I see it. But then, when do you realize? Look, as a young guy, young dude, I think the relationship is most of the time. Like, I'm talking like 20, 18, 20, 25. The relationship is mostly driven by sex.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You're not looking when you're 18, oh yeah, I'm gonna wife this. You know what I mean? You're not thinking
Nah,
like that.
nah. It is more on attraction based and
Just
vibe
lust,
based,
isn't
and
it?
it's
Pure
just vibe.
lust.
Like you got
Just
a
lust,
vibe.
isn't
It's yeah, and and guys sometimes, like a lot of guys, man, they're gonna rampage during that age, right? They they're gonna rampage, and during that times a lot of people get hurt, and so it is unfair. And like if let's say you are also a young girl stuck in that situation.
Yeah, so
uh,
I wouldn't take that into equation. That, like, let's say you're young, you're only 20, 25. I would say both of them should experience, just try to understand, if not out. But after that, let's say you're going into your second relationship. Maybe the first one, goes in, you like it, yeah, then it's cool. You're in 25 or 26, 27, then you should be able to like clock it, right? All right, I'm in that age now, so what's happening? Is it the right one? How do you decide it's the right one?
I think you go through experience, innit, man. All these experiences teaches you something, innit? They teach you
Mm.
something, and you kind of have to make your mind up. What is it that you want? Let's say you go looks 40%, personality 10%. I mean, not 10%. What am I saying? 10%. What the fuck,
Yeah. Bro, you know what?
man?
That's funny thing. Let me get you a story, yeah.
No, hold on, hold on. Let me hold up, man. Let me correct myself so people don't think I'm an asshole. Out here. 40% looks, 40% personality. Okay, that's how. The rest, it's gonna be some other stuff. But hey, man, listen. That's how we roll. Anyway, go on, bro.
Bro, listen, yeah. Like I was having this argument with someone that's fucked up, man. And you know what? It's a side question, right? What is important, personality or looks? Oh man, I
Uh,
think that's belong to another different podcast, isn't it?
no, 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 no. We can go. We can go, and we can because we can talk about like it's important because like you could break up with someone for one or the either, right?
Well,
Like.
yeah. What in a woman? What do you think important? Personality.
I think when you're young, like you have different things, and when you grow up, you might have different things. But I think we talked about like before, like I don't know, in previous podcasts, we talked about like looks is not something you should just shrug it under the carpet either. Like
Definitely
because
not.
because
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
attraction is attraction, but then personality is very important, bro. It's
I
so
mean,
important.
personality take you to take the relationships to next level,
Nah,
but
not
then
even next
personality
level, man.
doesn't get your dick
Personality is
hard.
just so much fun, man. Like the
I know,
person's
right? Yeah,
like
exactly.
like the
But
person's sense of humor, the person, the way
yeah,
they talk, the conversation, like that, bro. That's
how you
so
connect with the
important,
person is important. Yeah,
bro.
but
Like
then
if you have,
man, my man said like one guy said like personality doesn't get your dick hard, bro.
but no personality can make your dick soft as well, bro. I ain't gonna lie,
True,
bro.
true.
It can make your dick soft, man. No
Yeah,
person.
like
Imagine,
really,
imagine
what?
she's just like
Yeah,
a was a mannequin. Like she looks like A1, but she's like a mannequin. Literally, like, okay. She don't
mm,
get nothing. You're watching movies, she don't get nothing. You watch you
yeah.
watching
You get
stand up.
nothing.
You show
All
her
right,
some some
all right. To be fair, that's the extreme end of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like, well, someone said like it's like if it's personality. I would say also it's a lot of guys get confused with personality and smart. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Personality and smart is like this is a completely different thing. You could have a great personality, but you could be a dumb as fuck. You know what I mean?
mm, mm, mm.
That's not something you got because it someone said because there is a thing where I don't know the name where someone's smartness is actually can arouse you.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's true. Like, especially if they have a different outlook on life, a different
Yeah,
perspective. The way,
there is a specific name for it. I don't
mm.
know what it is. I don't even know if there's Tamil name for it. But there in English there is a specific name for it where someone, you know, brain capacity is aroused you. But then
I mean, do you mean smart as in? Excuse me. They know a lot of maths theories and they know a lot of
mm,
physics, stuff like that.
no, you know, smart is definitely not that. As in
Are you talking about book smart or what kind of smart?
no, as in general smartness, like you can, you are clued up. You know what I mean? Not bookworm. Bookworm is completely different, right?
So
As
just
in,
not dumb.
not dumb, as in clued up. You know what I mean? And then also your intelligence basically arouse your partner. So I
Mm.
agree with that. But then is there something, I mean, is that similar to something like personality where someone's personality get your dick hard?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about smart. I think like smart and personality. There's maybe an area where they meet together. Like you know what I mean, where they just integrates together. If smart is
Yeah.
one thing and personal one, there's like a circle in between where it would connect.
Yeah.
Where it's just like what
Intercept.
it
Yeah.
intersects where it's like like it's just, even they use that smartness to crack jokes. So they
Crack
use
joke.
that
Yeah.
smartness to have different kind of conversations. They use that smartness to, what I mean, like have communications and jokes. But like, I would even say, man, sense of humor is very important for me, bro. Like
Oh,
sense of
yeah,
humor, sense
definitely.
of, like that should be a, like, looks, personality. I would even put sense of humor, whole different thing. And like, very important, bro. Like, it's
Yeah.
not important, but it's fun,
No,
bro.
for me, sense of humor is very important, man. Like,
Mm.
imagine, man, you're gonna, let's, especially if you're going into a relationship where you're like, yeah, I can settle down with this woman, and you can't crack joke with that. You can't. She doesn't
Bro,
understand.
imagine every joke you crack, she takes that personal and is super
She
serious
like,
about
what'd you say? Like, what do you do, man? Like,
But unless you are a guy who doesn't have much of a sense of humor as well, then it might work out. And you guys serious people, that's cool.
two nerds colliding. That's
To
possible.
like, I mean, nerds can have sense of humor though. So nerds can what you talking about, man?
I don't know about that, but man, but I think, yeah. Anyway, going back to the original topic, right?
Yeah,
But before we go back, I personally think, like, that shit need to change. Is a lot of people always put it as a hierarchy. Personality is always important, always important. In my opinion, looks, personality, sense of humor, and
yeah. I think even that list it has to differ person to person. Has
mm,
to, like, and I think that's how it should be. And that's why I think that's why everyone needs to understand. If everyone understands that, breakups come much easy, much it gets much simpler. You know what I
yeah,
mean? The breakups happen because there's a misunderstanding. Like, it's like, I can't explain to this girl why we can't be together. Like, if she
mm,
don't get this, like, listen, like, I just know this isn't it for me. And if a girl, if a girl breaks up with me and she tells me this is not it, then right now I'm in a much better place to understand. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. This, because I know you have a list, I have a list. Okay, I'm not, like, ticking your
I'm
boxes,
not
but
part of the list. Yeah,
I'm cool. I'm cool with that. But
yeah,
let's go. Let's move it. Let's go. Let's go the other direction. I'm cool with that. But
cool.
if I don't have the understanding and be like, this is my list, or this is how your list should be as well, that's where problems start. What you
Mm,
mean? What you mean? I got it all. So what is it? What's it? So then what I will try to do is try to change her mind. Then I will think shit like, if I stick around for longer, she will change her mind and like me. But no, man, that shit is bullshit, isn't it, bro?
that's it, bullshit. Yeah.
Like, when this is what I realized, man. When someone is telling you they're not for you or whatever, I right now I'm in a place where I believe it.
Mm.
Like, I take 100%. Ah, cool, cool, and that's how I think
No,
people
they
should.
said it, man. They said it, isn't
If
it?
they
Yeah.
said it, you should just believe what they're saying
What
from
they
day
say.
one.
Yeah, bro. But then, what is the right way to break up, though? I mean, how do you bring it up? I mean, that is a lot of that. That's where the problems start. Like, figuring
Yeah,
out. I think everyone can figure out this is the wrong person, right?
yeah,
But I think because they don't know how to break up correctly,
yeah,
they don't want to put themselves in that place.
yeah. I
They
have
never
this
do that.
problem sometimes, man. Like, I've had this in the past where, like, I don't know my boundary with maybe friends or who are girls, like,
Mm,
sometimes, like, I would just talk to them as friends, but all of a sudden, before I know it, like, they might have thought, like, we are more than friends now.
mm.
And I mean, and before then it is, before it happens, I will be so naive to it. Before you know it, we're in a relationship, and
Damn.
I'm like, all of a sudden I need to break up now.
You in a breaker. You didn't even know you were in a
Yeah,
relationship.
but that's the thing, it's all my fault, because
Yeah.
then I later understand, like, no, you gotta just move differently, like, sometimes you gotta have these boundaries and say it, because sometimes the other person might, you could lead someone on without even you realizing that you're leading them on.
Mm,
You know what I mean? So though, so I think the nice way to do it, for to answer your question, is, you got to be aware early. You got to
mm.
be aware
But
very
then,
early.
let's say you are right in it, right? Right in a 2 years relationship, and all of a sudden you woke
Mm.
up and you realize, damn, I'm in the wrong relationship. I need to get the fuck out. How do you
Yeah,
bring it up? I mean, how do you bring it up though? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? I mean, one,
Are you gonna
some
use
people
tough
are afraid of
love, like?
being lonely,
Mm,
so that's something get out of the thing because being lonely is better than being in a wrong relationship. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
what you know what the worst thing is texting, right? You get the fuck out and you text like, "Hey, are we done here?" Blah blah blah.
Nah.
I mean, what would you say?
Yeah, oh man, that's hard, man. That's it's very tough, innit, bro? It's like, do you use the tough love and be like, you know what, let's you go, even if it's not texting. Let's say you meet up and you say, you know what, man, I don't know what it is, but I'm sorry, you gotta do this is happening, and let them feel it. I think that might be the best way to do it. Like, you know what, even if they cry and make like so upset, they're gonna go through that anyway. So
Yeah,
like,
and then at least they will know you've been honest about it.
yeah, what people sometimes do is they try to end it slowly, step by
Mm.
step. So that, I feel like that's more painful in the long term.
And
Like,
also they feel betrayed more because you fake the relationship. You know what I mean? All this.
and it sometimes gives them hope along the line. Let's say
Yeah.
you're dragging this breakup over 3-4 months, and
Mm,
during 4 months, the other person is gonna think, hold on, like, is has things changed again? Are we back together? Maybe he's changed
mm,
his mind, and all of a sudden, it's this um up and down kind of circle, in it.
mm, mm.
And I feel like, I think it has to be, man, guys, it you gotta like just like poof, just be honest, completely honest, man, and
And
try
you
to.
know what, man? Sorry to break you. Sorry, what was it? Completely honest. Yeah, but you know what? Once you break up, do you think stick around is a bad idea? Like, you know, some people are like, yeah, let's be friends, and like, I think that
Yeah,
is so bad idea, man.
yeah, it don't work for everyone, man, don't work for everyone. I think it all depends on the other person's mental position.
I don't know. I think once the glass is broken, if you're gonna walk
Mm,
around on it, you're gonna cut yourself.
mm. Depends how deep the relation, how attached both of them were in it. But it's
If you wanna move on, bro, you need to cut that out from like
yeah, yeah, I think
completely.
so as well. Definitely, definitely, definitely. But yeah, man, it is if it I guess there's no yes or no binary answer to it. It's like, this is the way to break up.
Mm.
But it's a topic, like, no one, this is the crazy part, like,
No
no
one
one
talks
teaches, and they don't teach us this, bro. Like, like, they literally, imagine like your parents or whoever your mentors in the early, when you're in your early teens, like, okay, listen, they sometimes they people have the sex talk or whatever,
about
whatever,
it.
and they guide you through. Imagine they should also have, like, okay, ending a relationship will be a whole different, like, what is it, man, a curriculum, bro. It should
Mm.
be a whole different curriculum where,
Me, man.
and I feel like people will take it better. And all these suicides and people like getting really depressions on all that could be better handled,
Bro,
like,
the
on
the
both
worst
sides.
thing worst thing for me is worst thing than suicide is just you trap in the relationship rest of your life
Mm,
because you don't know how to get out. Because
mm.
you
But
don't know how to get out.
no, but the problems, this person sometimes who does the suicide isn't that person who feels trapped. It's the person, it's where it's unhealthy attachment, where you feel like, I
Oh
can't
yeah,
live with that person.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's those are the ones need to be educated from a young age. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure we've been heartbroken as well, right? We've been in a relationship where we thought this is it, and all of a sudden it's not working, and we are like, what the fuck? And going through some trauma and whatever. Like, it's because we didn't get that education, but we didn't know this is also part of the life, and there's like plenty fish in the sea, and this is all part of the journey.
But let me tell you though,
Mm,
my opinion, every man should go through a heartbreak because
100%.
that shaped me. That shaped
Yeah.
me. I was
Yeah.
a different guy after the heartbreak.
Nah, 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 bro. Listen, man. Oof, nothing
Nothing
teaches
shapes a
you,
man a
about life more than a heartbreak. Because
heartbreak.
once you see the other side of a heartbreak, man, like, you can deal with anything in life. And
Anything like, but you know what? One thing though, it can go south.
that's the thing. That's the thing, man. Not everyone makes it out
Not everyone makes it out, and it can go south very easily.
very easily. Because when you're down there, man, like, the thoughts you're thinking, man, it's not healthy thoughts. And it does feel like the end of the world, end of everything, right?
End
but
of everything. And
but
sometimes it touches your pride as well. Is
def
I don't know, man. It's mixed feeling. But I always tell, I have even told like my niece, nephews, and stuff, like, bruh, if heartbreak happens, just embrace it.
mm,
That's gonna teach you a lesson. That's gonna transform into a better person, and then you're gonna appreciate whatever is coming through your way. You're gonna appreciate it next level. You know what I mean?
definitely,
And then
man.
you will know how to be careful next time, and identify potential pitfalls. You know what I mean?
100%, man. It makes you a better human being, and it teaches you so much about life. And like it just shows you like, oh, it shows you about self-love. It shows you about like where you should put your energy in, like where you misplaced it. And it's so deep, man. And I guess where it comes down to, I guess to answer a question, how do you break up with a girl? It's you can't, there's no way to break up, but we can avoid future bad breakups by good education. Like
Good
you saying,
education.
like you said, you say this to your nephews and nieces. That's a huge thing. Imagine someone told me like, oh, right, listen, imagine someone told me when I was 15, 16, you're gonna go through some heartbreaks, but guess what, that's a good thing. It's not the end of the world. Embrace them and move on. And I moved on anyway, but like the bounce back would have been faster. And it's something, I don't know, it didn't affect me as much though. But for the people, let's say, who went really south, like I hope someone told them about this, bro.
Yeah, that's sad, man. That's sad. But then also is on the other end, man. I know even from back in Sri Lanka, I know this family who lived next to my house, bro. Like, self love. You know what? The word self love is lacking in Sri Lankan community, man,
Mm,
or in Asian community. Like,
I-
there are guys.
mm.
There are guys. This guy used to beat the shit out of the wife
Mm.
every time he comes home. But man, that woman stayed with him from like, as
Yeah.
far as I know, she stayed with him like rest of.
Man, she needs to watch some podcast, the opposite podcast of what we are doing about how to break up with guys, how to break up with husbands. Like she needs to know
What is
those.
that? No, I mean, it's not. Is it cultural thing? Because if she said, all right, you know what, fuck off, I need that divorce, like people would think wrong about her. Was it
it's
that
that
she
it's
wasn't able to
that man.
provide herself, or she
It
was
is. There's a bit of that, and there's a bit of maybe false hope, like, oh, this man gonna change today, he's gonna change
motherfucker
today.
false hope? This guy used to throw tins at this moment face. I was like 6 or 7. I still have that memory in my head.
You still traumatized by it.
I was traumatized by that relationship.
Bruh, yeah, man. These bad example relationships are all over the place, man. They're all over the place.
But but then I think that's what it is. I mean, in Western culture, we get Western culture, women, or especially women, get judged. You know what I mean? All right, you know what? I want the divorce. They just do it quick. We look at it like, because it didn't work out, I want a divorce.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We look at it like, oh look, you know,
Yeah, we put that like kurumbatakara, for the family you can't, for the kids you can't leave. All
on
that is bullshit,
all
man.
that bullshit. But then, but like, would you go through that though? Like, let's say your man is coming and abusing you, but you stay because they're kids, or you just get out and take care of the kid, or what?
I think it comes back to education, man. The fact that we know these gems, right? We know these master classes. Like we know, like, okay, heartbreak is part of it. Or self love is important. You can't treat me these things. We know, so
Mm.
we handle it differently. But I think some people, they don't know. Even here, man, the domestic violence during lockdown in UK, bro, stupid,
Apparently,
stupid.
25% up, isn't it?
Bro, it's stupid, stupid. Think about that. Like, because they had to see each other longer, they were beating each other up or something, man, abusing
You
each.
know what the funny thing is, because they've been living in a shallow relationship. That's what
Mm.
what I think. It's a shallow relationship. You know, they come back from work, they meet for the quick thing, and they never get to understand people like proper and deep enough.
Mm.
Now you are up in your face all the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
All the cracks is gonna show.
it's a
Yeah,
fucking different person.
yeah,
All of
yeah,
a
man.
sudden, your Mister Ting Ting Tong is not the one you want.
Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's funny, man. It's a these are the life's lessons, man. We need to mentor people, man. Like, dads need to tell their kids when they're growing up, like, listen,
Saying, man, they
you know
should
what I
talk
mean?
about
Like,
they should
I
talk about two things in the early age: tax and relationship.
tax, man.
Tax, man. They got to talk about tax. How tax.
Oh man, like, yeah, man. I guess I've heard a lot of people, like, any problem they always say, education is important. Education. I guess it is true in a way, man. These education and these conversations can go a long way. Like,
Mm.
I know there's sex education and all that. Sex talk is a big thing in the Western world, where white parents talk to their kids. My parents never talked to me about no sex stuff. And did you get any sex education?
Bruh, all I know when I was pulling up, is it male or female? That was the sex education I had, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I
What is
mean, man?
sex? Male. That is the only education I had, man. But you know what? That's bullshit, though, isn't it? But I guess it is taboo in Tamil culture, especially in
Mm.
Tamil culture. You don't talk.
But this is the thing, though. I don't think sex education is as important as these other stuff. I feel like these breakup things, these heartbreak,
You'll figure out.
bro. Because exactly, it's the sex you're gonna figure out anyway. You're gonna figure out. Your mates are gonna tell you. The internet is gonna tell you. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. What kind of relationship you had with your mates, man? That's telling you sex stories, man.
Come on, man. When you're young, like, that's all you guys are gonna. Your male mates are gonna talk about and tell you shit, innit? So
Bro,
you're gonna learn anyway,
you know,
somewhere.
let me quickly say this, bro. Like, woman, like, bodies talk hits different, man.
What
Like,
do you mean?
bro, this woman was giving an interview. I'm not sure what's her name, and she was like, "Oh, my bestie's vagina is so petite and nice, right?" I was
Bruh.
like, "What kind of relationship is that?" But imagine my man says like, "Oh, my guy had the hung ting ting hanging around," you know.
My man got that anaconda, man. I measured it myself. I was like, dang. Nah,
Possible, but like,
but girls are different breed, man. They share everything. They like they even show like.
thinking, what she
Hmm?
flashed it. I mean, what? How did this conversation happen?
Bruh, girls like they're not like us. They don't have like they're not like us when it comes to shit like that. They will show their body to their girlfriends like nothing. Because I think the thing with guys is we have this thing like this like we don't even want to open that door. We don't want to go anywhere near that door. But they just very open about it, man. They don't have problems touching each other, hugging each other. We are like, hey man, you're sitting a little bit too close to me, your thighs. No, like, what I mean, all of us.
Like, so you endorse your mate's dick size. Like, hey man, my man got an anaconda, bro. You're done. The squad will basically like disown you, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, man, no, we don't play around like that, man. We don't play around. We just a different breed when it comes to like we don't want to know nothing. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to hear about it. Like, chill with it, man. We Gucci, man. But listen, man, let's wrap this up, man. Give me in one sentence, man. How are we supposed to break up with a girl?
be honest, straight up.
Yep, I guess that boring answer is the truth, right? There's no way around it. Let her, even if she cries, man. You just like, if it turns
It's gonna make
ugly.
her a better person. The
uh,
crying gonna make you a better person.
This is what I used to tell as well, man. I feel. Oh man, listen. Let her be a better person, guys. Let her be a better person.
That's
All right,
right.
man. Peace out.
A time.